Okay, last problem. I'm going to talk about two different ways to solve this. First, I will show you the beautiful way that some of our lovely students solve this problem, and then I'll show you the less beautiful way that I solve this problem, but I think both are interesting and both are good to think about. So, the way that some of our awesome students solved this, they were like, hey, Mr. Reed, factor out a tangent x. And I was like, okay, let's do that. So, factor out a tangent x. What are you left with? Well, you're left with root 3 tangent of x minus 1 equals 0. And now we're just at our classic case of zero product property. Set both of these factors equal to 0. Tangent of x equals 0. When does that happen? Well, when's tangent 0? Tangent is slope. So that's happening right there at 0, pi, and 2 pi. Second question, when is the square root of 3 tangent x minus 1 equal to 0? Well, again, get tangent by itself. So root 3 tan x equals 1. Tan x equals root 3 over 3. And again, notice, really, tan x is 1 over root 3, but I just rationalized my denominator. So again, you're asking yourself, with your little unit circle, when is the tangent of x equal to root 3 over 3? Well, we've already talked about that. That's going to happen at pi over 6 and 7 pi over 6. So you found your 5 solutions. 0, pi, 2 pi, pi over 6, and 7 pi over 6. Now I'm going to talk about the other way to solve this problem, or one other way to solve this problem. The way that I solved this problem was I went ahead and tried to isolate my tangent squared x. So to do that, I rewrote this as root 3 tan squared x equals tangent x by adding tan x on both sides. And then I divided by root 3, so I got tan squared x equals root 3 over 3 tan x. And now you just got to do a little thinking, which I think is fun. So again, go to your unit circle. When is the tangent of an angle, when is that value squared, going to equal root 3 over 3 times tangent of x? Well, think of this. Tangent squared x is really saying tangent of x squared. So it's essentially asking, when is something squared going to equal the square root of 3 over 3 times something? Well, that's going to happen when that something is a square root of 3 over 3. Let me show you what I mean. Again, if we're looking at these values of tangent, where tangent is equal to root 3 over 3, think about it this way. If tangent of x is equal to root 3 over 3, on the left you're going to get root 3 over 3 squared. On the right you're going to get root 3 over 3 times the tangent of x, which is root 3 over 3. So it will definitely happen there. There's one other case where this could happen. This could also happen when tangent is 0, because on the left you're going to get 0 squared, and on the right you're going to get root 3 over 3 times 0. Both are 0, so those are all of our solutions. One other good question that was asked in class is, how come in the beginning, like in the very beginning, why can't we just divide by tangent? Because think about it, like we do that a lot of times. If there's, say, a negative coefficient in front of something and we want to get rid of that negative, we just divide by a negative or multiply by -1 and it goes away, because 0 times -1 is still 0 and life is happy. But think about this. If you're dividing by tangent x and tangent x and tangent x, on the left we'll get that simplified, root 3 tan x minus 1 equals 0, because 0 divided by anything is still 0, right? Right? That's totally true, right? 0 divided by anything is 0? Well, no, not really, because what is 0 divided by 0? Well, that's still undefined. So, if this tangent happened to be 0, we'd have a problem. So you're essentially limiting your domain and range, because you cannot put those values, pi, 0, and 2 pi, that are equivalent to 0, because you can't divide by 0. So if you went this route, you would only get 2 of your answers, because we could keep simplifying this, and we could convert this to tan x equals 1 over root 3, which would simplify to root 3 over 3, and we'd get those two solutions that we already talked about. But we wouldn't get those zeros, and that's the key. That's why, because you can't divide by 0, and tangent of x is sometimes 0. So you can't divide by that.